Today, we're really getting into something valuable, something pretty crucial in our connected world, learning a new language.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not talking dusty textbooks here.
No, definitely not. Think of this more as a personal exploration, understanding why this skill really matters for you. It doesn't matter where you're starting from or, how techie you feel.
Exactly. We've looked at quite a range of stuff, lots of stories, real examples to try and give a full picture.
Right. So our mission today, it's pretty straightforward, really. We want to pull out the key insights, the real benefits of taking on a new language.
And do it in a way that sticks with you, keeps you listening, but doesn't, overload you with information.
Yeah, no overwhelm.
Yeah.
So maybe keep a few questions in mind as we go. Like, why is learning a language actually important to you?
Good starting point. And maybe, how could it change things for you? Career, maybe? Personal life?
Or what challenges have you, bumped up against already? Or what do you think might get in the way? Just keep those simmering as we talk.
Okay. So where should we start? Opportunities.
Yeah, let's unpack that first. How learning a language can genuinely open doors. We came across this story about David.
David, right. He improved his English.
He did. Spent a year really working on it. Podcasts, news, simple books, that sort of thing.
And it paid off.
Big time. He landed a new job directly because of it at an international company. It's like a really clear link there. Language skills leading to career advancement.
And that's key, isn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't just an academic thing for him. In today's world, especially with international business, speaking a language like English isn't just nice to have.
Often it's essential.
Right. It's about accessing a whole global marketplace, really. It's more than just, grammar rules.
And it's not just English either. We heard about Mark, who learned Spanish.
For his clients.
Yeah, specifically, it helped him build much stronger relationships, more trust with clients in Latin America.
Which you can see leading to better business outcomes, that understanding, that connection.
Exactly. It went beyond just basic translation. It helped him understand the nuances, which is huge in business.
Definitely. It's about rapport.
Yeah.
Genuine rapport. And language is such a powerful tool for that, especially across cultures. It helps avoid misunderstandings, too.
Then there was Lena, a teacher. Her motivation was purely professional, really.
Accessing information.
Yes. She needed English to read scientific literature, go to international conferences, connect with people in her field globally.
So for her, English was the key to her professional community.
Totally. So it makes you think, doesn't it? For you listening, how might learning a language open doors you haven't even considered?
Yeah, what professional networks or, resources might suddenly become available? It's worth pondering.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about connecting with people, with cultures. That's a huge driver for many people.
Oh, for sure. We heard about Sarah learning French.
Right. Her initial goal was pretty practical. Talk more easily with her husband's family.
But it became more than that.
Much more. It turned into this really rich experience of understanding and genuinely connecting with a whole new culture. Not just the language, but the people, the way they think.
That's so insightful. Language is a key, unlocking a different way of seeing the world. It makes those personal bonds stronger because you get the context, the emotion behind the words.
I actually had a small experience like that myself. Years ago in Germany, my German was, let's say, very basic.
Been there.
Right. But I really tried. I used the few words I knew, made tons of mistakes, I'm sure.
But people appreciated it.
They really seemed to. They were patient, encouraging. It taught me that just the effort, the willingness to try and connect often counts for more than perfect grammar. It was really motivating, actually.
That's a perfect example. Being a bit vulnerable when you're learning, it actually helps build bridges. People respond to the effort, the intention. Communication is human, right?
Exactly. We also heard from Anna, similar story, learning Spanish to connect with her husband's family. It seems to be a common theme.
It really does. Language bridging gaps within families, fostering that sense of inclusion, making sure everyone feels part of the conversation.
And then there was Sophie, who learned Italian. She didn't just study alone. She joined a local language group.
The social angle.
Yeah. And that led to new friendships, a deeper dive into Italian culture, all through sharing that learning journey.
That's lovely. It shows how learning can build community, right? Moving beyond just lessons into real connections.
So for you listening, what cultures, what groups of people are you interested in? Could language be that bridge for you?
Or what interests do you have, cultural, maybe intellectual, that you could explore more deeply if you understood the language directly? What could that open up?
Okay, let's dig into something else. Personal growth. transformation, even.
Right. How the process changes us.
Exactly. Sarah, the one learning French, she mentioned noticing a shift in herself. She felt her thinking change, felt more confident, more just curious about everything.
That's fascinating. The idea that learning a new language system can actually reshape how we think, our cognitive patterns. It's like flexing a different mental muscle.
Definitely. And Michael, who learned Japanese, what struck me there was how understanding politeness in Japanese.
The nuances, yeah.
Right. Those subtleties apparently made him more patient, more respectful in his everyday life, which is kind of amazing.
It suggests that engaging with the values embedded in the language can lead to personal development. You internalize some of that.
We saw something similar with Robert learning Italian. He found expressions that just didn't translate easily.
Those untranslatable concepts.
Yeah. And exploring those deepened his grasp of Italian culture and, again, made him more patient, more open-minded.
It shows how language unlocks these subtle cultural codes, fosters empathy. It's more than just words.
And Claire, she learned French just for a trip.
Just stepping out of the comfort zone.
Exactly. And simply navigating that new language environment gave her a real confidence boost, that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, successfully managing in a different language, it's empowering, isn't it?
Totally. So thinking about personal growth, where are you hoping to develop? Could learning a language be maybe a catalyst for that?
Maybe think about qualities you admire. Could immersing yourself in a language and culture help you cultivate those traits? It's an interesting thought.
All right, let's talk brains, the cognitive side. We sort of touched on it, but the benefits are pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. The research is quite strong here.
We're talking better memory, sharper problem-solving skills.
Cognitive flexibility, switching between tasks more easily.
Right. And even multitasking better. Basically, learning a language is a fantastic workout for your brain.
And there's evidence it can even help delay age-related cognitive decline. It keeps the brain active and adaptable.
We heard about John, who started learning German as an adult. He called it mental exercise.
Good analogy.
And he noticed real improvements in his concentration, his memory, like going to the gym, but for your mind.
It really is like that. You're strengthening neural pathways, making new connections. It has widespread benefits.
So if you're looking for ways to, stay sharp mentally, are there areas you'd like to boost? Could language learning be a tool for that?
Yeah, think of it as proactive cognitive fitness. Actively engaging your brain in a really complex, rewarding way.
Okay, let's bring it down to earth. Practical applications. This isn't just theoretical stuff.
No, it makes a real difference day to day for many people.
Like Tom. He learned English simply to travel more easily, feel safer.
Makes sense. Being able to communicate just smooths things out, reduces stress when you're somewhere unfamiliar.
And James learning German while he was working in Berlin.
Oh, yeah, integration.
Exactly. It made his work life easier, his social life easier, and just generally boosted his confidence living there.
That's huge when you're an expat or working abroad. Feeling like you belong, feeling competent in that new environment. Language is key to that.
Lisa's story, too. She learned English because she dreamed of working in a big city.
So it was an enabler for her career goal.
Absolutely. The communication skills were essential, and the confidence she gained was just as important.
It opens doors that might otherwise stay shut, definitely.
And Emma, just using English while traveling hotels, restaurants, getting around, it made her trips safer, less hassle, and just more fun.
Yeah, that practical value is undeniable, especially with a widely spoken language.
So think about your own life. What practical benefits would matter most to you? How would feeling more confident communicating in another language actually change things?
Where do language barriers currently cause friction or limit you? How would removing that barrier help?
Okay, so hopefully you're getting a sense of just how impactful this can be, but how do you actually do it? How do you learn effectively?
Right, the practical how-to. We gathered some tips.
Yeah, like my own tip, Blake's from our sources, was about daily listening. Just immerse yourself. Podcasts, news, whatever. And crucially, try to use new words you hear.
That active engagement is vital, isn't it? Not just passive listening. It aligns with how we naturally acquire language.
Then there was Andrew. His approach was smart for busy people. Short lessons, flashcards, just squeezed into breaks.
Little and often.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you don't need huge blocks of time. Consistency, even in small bursts, works.
And Rachel's advice: mix it up. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. Keep it varied, keep it interesting.
Yeah, hitting it from different angles. It keeps your brain engaged and caters to different learning preferences.
And this one's huge. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I mentioned my German fumbles.
Uh-huh.
And Daniel, in his story, was really nervous about speaking French at first, but you have to push through that fear.
Absolutely fundamental. Mistakes aren't failures, they're learning opportunities. Shifting that mindset is key to building fluency and confidence.
It's also really about finding what works for you, isn't it? Everyone learns differently.
Totally. Experimenting, finding your preferred style, the resources that click for you. That makes it more enjoyable and sustainable.
So maybe think back. What learning methods have worked for you before in any subject? And what new things might you be willing to try now?
Yeah, be open to experimenting. There are so many tools and approaches out there now.
Okay, last big piece. Staying motivated. That initial excitement is great, but how do you keep it going?
The long haul. Yeah, crucial. Big part is remembering why you started.
Keeping that personal reason front and center?
Exactly. That intrinsic motivation is powerful. Like Anna, learning Spanish, she struggled sometimes.
Right, she admitted it was tough.
But that desire to connect with her husband's family, that strong personal why, kept her going through the hard parts.
That emotional connection is a really strong anchor.
Definitely. And just remembering constantly that it's a journey. It's not instant.
No, it takes time. Practice, patience. We heard that again and again in the stories.
Managing expectations, celebrating small wins, being kind to yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
So as we start to kind of wrap this up, maybe think about one small thing. Just one tiny, actionable step you could take this week.
Yeah, something concrete to move forward on your own language path, whatever that looks like for you.
That first small step can make all the difference, can it? Breaking the inertia.
Absolutely. Build momentum.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the big takeaways from this deep dive. Learning a language, huge potential benefits.
Career opportunities, definitely.
Deeper connections with people, with cultures, real relationship building.
Personal growth, confidence, curiosity.
Those cognitive boosts, memory, focus, problem solving.
And the practical stuff, travel, navigating our multilingual world more easily.
But fundamentally, it goes deeper, doesn't it? Like Henry's experience with Mandarin Chinese showed.
Right. It's not just about words and grammar. It's about opening your mind.
New ways of thinking, understanding different perspectives.
Enriching your whole view of the world.
Exactly. So here's a final thought for you to chew on. How could taking on the challenge of a new language actually reshape your perspective, your place in the world?
Really explore that personal why. What could this journey unlock for you?
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.